One of the iconic woodland plants are the Trilliums, sometimes called wake robins, as well as the Trinity plant. Wake robin because it's spring flowering, Trinity plant because it has 3 leaves, 3 petals as well. Native to North America as well as Asia, of the 50 or so species, most are from North America, with a few from Asia, especially Japan. The plants that we're growing are Trillium chloropetalum, and they vary in flower colour from yellows to reds and near whites, and a bit of a mixture in between, because they do hybridise quite freely. These are a slow-growing plant. From seed, they'll take around 4 to 8 years to flower, and by division of rhizomes, around about 4 years. To grow trilliums, you need a shaded position, especially over summer, and ours grow beneath a copper beech tree. You'll also need a humus-rich deep soil, a moist soil, and at the same time being well drained. If your trilliums are happy, they'll form clumps like this. Trilliums do not like hot summers, and our copper beech tree acts as an air conditioner in summer, keeping the temperatures much lower than in the open parts of the garden. The other species that we grow used to be called Trillium rivale. It's now called Pseudotrillium. Smaller growing, smaller flowers, but still worth growing. It's easier, also faster to flower, and it will spread more easily. There is a theory that trilliums don't grow well in pots. However, we find that not to be the case. Here's a clump of trilliums that's been growing happily in this pot for a number of years. Keep them moist, cool and shaded in summer, and you shouldn't have too many problems. Trilliums will actually self-seed. Here's a seedling here. We've got another one here. But here we've got a whole clump of seedlings. These seeds were probably dropped 2 years ago because the seeds take a long time to germinate. They need a cold winter. They need to be kept moist but never wet and soggy. If you wanted to, you could always try hand pollinating. Use a simple paintbrush like this. Try hand pollinating, and with a little bit of luck, you'll get some seeds. You could collect them, but they need to be sown straight away. Fresh seeds are much better. We tend to let ours drop to the ground, leave them in the one spot. Don't fertilise them because any harsh fertiliser on these could burn the tender young shoots and the tubers. They need to stay in the ground in the one position for around about 2 years before you could lift them and divide them. They're just too small to divide when they're any younger than that. As for the rest of these plants, when the flowers start to go off, and that's starting to be now, you could get some aged cow manure or aged sheep manure, and you could use that as a mulch around them after flowering, and you'll get fantastic growth the year after. So you can grow trilliums in the garden, you can grow them in containers if you want to, and you can grow them outside their climate zone as long as you can give them shade, moisture, a cool winter. And with those 3 factors, you've got a good chance of producing wonderful flowers just like these. Trilliums are just one of many wonderful little woodland plants. But you don't need a woodland to grow them. If you've got a spot in a shaded courtyard, you could grow them there, or you can create some shade for them. They grow well with plants like astilbes, the bleeding heart plant, one called marybells, and lots of others. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for regular updates on a whole range of garden plants, and as always, good luck with your gardening.